Next question to Shahbaz, that we know that you are building also a conversation kind of platforms. So we understand that these technologies, when we talk about that human-like interactions and conversations, and these are open kind of platforms. Usually when apps and other platforms are static kind of, where certain type of actions are performed by the users which we can calculate, but with open conversation type of platforms and fintechs connecting to it, which need. So organization, how do they calculate and take a decision to put an infrastructure, whether they should put it in-house, which they have been doing, or they should go for a cloud-based solutions which usually give them more scale, more agility to cope up with this requirement which is coming from the industry. So what is your views on that?
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks, Khurram. So basically, I would just like to begin, if you may allow me, to illustrate artificial intelligence and data, to demystify this concept a little bit by an example. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever used Google Photos. So what Google Photos actually allows you to do is, you've got all of these photos from all of your life stored into your hard disk, right? Now you want to search for a photo, a picture of you in a red shirt in which you were celebrating your birthday. You have to physically scroll through all of your photos until you find that one, right? But if you upload it on Google Photos, what it does is actually reads all your photos. So it identifies objects in it as well. Try doing that today. Upload a picture, and then Google actually very transparently allows you to view that data that they've gathered from that one picture. So if you post it up, it'll tell you, if it's a picture of you and your wife with your child, it will tell you there are 2 adults in this picture, there's a young child in this picture, it's daytime, you guys are in Paris, and the mood is happy. So imagine the amount of parameters that it's saving by just reading that kind of a data. Now that's data analytics, right? So I read a very interesting conversation on Reddit in which this one guy was using Google Photos to search through its photo libraries, and he was just using the Google Assistant chatbot to pull up different kinds of photos, until a point came in which he requested to see pictures of himself in Nice, the city in France. So before Google actually showed them the photos, a dialog box popped up and said that before we show you your photos, we'd just like to offer you our condolences. We are sure your father was a very nice man and that you miss him dearly. Now this man was obviously confused and very flabbergasted. He's like, my father died a year back in a car crash in Nice, in France. Like, there is no way that this photo rendering application would actually know about this, until he figured out that he had been corresponding with the authorities in France over the death certificate on his Gmail account. So that's 2 separate fields of data in which this intelligence engine actually connected the dots. He's going to call up photos of his father that's going to appear over there, and he'll probably feel sad. So let me just allow my empathy engine to kick in and just offer my condolences. Now that's AI. That's actually how. Now imagine what this person's relationship with this platform now is. He was just using this to search through photos, but now it's a little bit more deeper, isn't it? Imagine that in banking. Imagine if you actually had your banking app as your financial consultant. This person or this intelligence actually knows about how much you save, how much you spend, what kind of spend cycles do you have, when your wife's birthday is, recommend you gifts, which credit card offers the best possible discounts on it, when you can book your kids' vacation, what are the best spots for that. Imagine having that as a friend. Now what Yaya just said was music to our ears, because we're a messaging company basically, is really build financial services where the customers are nucleating at. And really to do it in a conversational style where it feels natural, because that's how human beings access information. That's how we actually learn, by talking to each other and accessing those kinds of data as well. Coming to Khurram, specifically answering your queries, I think it will have to start off with us creating conversational platforms. Basically what they're called chatbots, but we should look deeper than that. Is that those chatbots should be created in-house with specific goals, like a banking chatbot, an auto-servicing chatbot, an e-commerce chatbot, until we can integrate those and let the chatbots talk to each other so that we can understand the customer a bit more and then share that kind of data and then return back that value to that customer. So that's basically my take on that.